it's like being a tinkerer. Like people people that are like have a back in the day used to be like, I'm going to build my own ham radio and I'm going to play with things. Like I think that would have been me if I grew up in that era. Or my dad built model trains. He built these elaborate train sets that took up our entire garage or basement sometimes. And, so it's part of art to want to understand the new tools, because every new iPhone that comes out or whatever is like, that's my new paintbrush. That's a new color of paint that I haven't had to play with before. But I have a lot of friends that love them to death. They're super awesome technical filmmakers. They're not creative filmmakers, but they know all the latest stuff. They know whatever I know about a camera that I think is a lot, they know 20 times more. And they're probably technically more proficient than me to use the camera. But they're not looking at what to do creatively with that. So for me, it's like, even before I was playing with the technologies, like when DTS sound came out, like digital CD quality sound, or THX, or
laser disc.
Lasers had a laser disc player. Watched it all the time. Yeah. Like the way that things work. So I know you're thinking probably specifically of like the Bluestones video.
No, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about the Bluestones video, laser disc, Periscope movie.
Yeah.
Fuck, what else was there? Well, even just How Many Days was the first fucking vlog.
I know.
Like,
I came in too early and gave up too early.
Like, and that only sort of recently occurred to me.
Monetize.
Yeah.
So How Many Days was a project, again, for the audience, you know it very well. You took all the photos for the website. I looked at YouTube when it came out and I said, this is, so, what had happened was, there was my friend Andy that had Mila, the sick daughter, and almost accidentally, like just out of like wanting to help, posted a little video asking anybody that would donate. But YouTube was brand new,
and at that time it was a bit of a joke. It's like, who the fuck is gonna go watch somebody's like backyard barbecue videos and shit?
But like some school would do like a nickel fundraiser that was like helping somebody with a legitimately like ill child, and it was just like, oh wow, there is this social aspect to it. And then obviously like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon was a book, and like this idea that you're only really that you're not that far away from anybody you want to get to in life. And that's how all business is done. I want to talk to the president of that company. Who do I know? Well, my son's baseball team is their dad works for the trucking company that does the, just one by one you find your way there. So How Many Days was, I said, I'm going to take the 12 like celebrities, the artists that have inspired me. Like Spielberg was the big get, Kevin Smith, Tarantino, Rodriguez, the people who made the films that I identify with in the style of filmmaking that I sort of adapted and chased. And I said, what if I do a video blog every single day, and we'll see how many days it takes. The idea was I will make the video, but I can't try to send the video to them. I just have to put it out into the universe. Which it's like the secret.
Which Kevin Smith famously said, asshole, why didn't you just fucking write me?
Amazing. But it was just a social experiment. So anybody who would find the video would ask at the end, if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and you like this video, please forward it on. And it my friend Jonathan in LA that I still see from time to time, he actually came to my last call premiere and really surprised me. He called me one day and showed me a picture of him like with the How Many Days card, like this close to Spielberg, and he just was the next in line before he left. So there were people actively trying to like tell people like, hey, there's this guy that just wants to interview you and sit down with you. And it was that sort of like showed me what it could do. Of course, vlogging has become the thing, and YouTube made it so you monetize videos. All of that didn't exist when I was doing it. But part of my rule was like, if I missed a day and didn't post a video, I had to quit. I got to it was like day 1,999 or day 2,000 but it happened because I was so busy making music videos and making my art that it was like, oh, I've sort of arrived. I don't need this thing anymore. And I missed a day, and I said, I by my own rules, I gotta pack it up. So there is this weird 5-year perfect encapsulation. My friend Leslie joked that it should have been called crudely How Many Lays for the different girlfriends that I would have over the course of the video. Shout out to Leslie for that one. That's a good one. And if she watches, I'll know because I'll get a phone call with a hilariously loud cackle for remembering that. But yeah, what was interesting was still from that project, I met people in different cities that are still very dear friends of mine and are still supporting the work that I do. And like, that was sort of these were the 12 people I wanted to meet. I only met a handful of them, which was awesome. The people I met around that that's the greatest gift. If you put yourself out there and people like what you do, you'll find more collaborators.
What did you learn from that project?
Persistence is key in anything.
Well, because the 1,099, you're looking almost 4 years, right? My math is terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
4 years. Yep.
Every day.
No more, like almost 5 years.
Okay, like I said, I'm not good at math.
We're both terrible. We were trained at General Amherst High School. What do you want? Yeah.
But so persistence was the big one.
Persistence is big, but it's the rule of 10,000 hours, which used to anybody use that like, oh, you want to be good at guitar, 10,000 hours. You want the theory of put 10,000 hours into anything and you will become an expert, or at least very. Is he the one who said it? Okay, at least very proficient. It's true. So every day I was using my camera, filming, trying to think creatively. I mean, I'm saying the same damn thing for 2,000 videos. Like, okay, let's do something fun. Let's do something different. So I'm shooting, I'm editing. So my editing skills are getting better because I get bored editing it. Let's try this effect. Let's try this technique. I'm learning more about audio mixing. I'm learning all the tools that essentially I got however many hours of finished video I edited with that. It taught me so much about social media and how to use social media to market because I'd see this video worked and caught attention. People hate when I talk about this. People like this, So it's sort of like a bit of market research of what is my voice in social media. Which, if you look at my Instagram, I've always been like a late adapter to all of these things. Where I'm like, I don't want another thing I have to do. When before I was like, MySpace, give it to me. This is going to be the best thing ever. But my Instagram is rarely photos of me, unless it's like a media image. It's always an outward look of what I figured, because I've learned people don't care what I had for breakfast. People don't care what I think about politics. People don't care about what I thought about the latest Transformers movie. None of that matters. It's about the people who follow me are interested in filmmaking, maybe like the films that I make, and I just want to show a little bit of this is life on set. And it's not the ego thing of look at me pose with the expensive camera, but it's just here's a snapshot of my journey day by day of slugging it out and being honest and open. And how many days was always that? It was like a confessional some days. Some of that journey through that film failure and everything is all captured very heavily in there. I've privatized most of them, but I feel like the interview with Kevin Smith still exists, and I still get emails every 3 months from somebody that saw that interview, was like, I'm inspired, I went and checked out your website. I don't know.
Because now all the monetization tools exist.
Yeah, but I had a couple flags against my channel for using music,
copywriting
because
stuff.
At the time it wasn't.
Yeah,
so my channel's contaminated. So I do think often about and you're one of the inspirations for this is there's something I want to say in podcasting. I've got the idea. I've been actually recording episodes now and acquiring the gear. And
we've been talking about this
I know.
Pretty much the time. Remember when you just said when somebody talks about a project? Because you and I have been talking about you starting this since the day I started this fucking thing.
But I've also learned don't do anything half-assed.
Fair enough.
So until I have the proper time,
I'm gonna keep going anyway.
So. I know it's fine. But, until I have the proper time and a system and a structure and a full understanding of how to push it out into the world, I want to wait. I've got enough things going on to keep me busy.